The Ward 5 ghost is the most infamous and reported about paranormal presence in Willow Court and Royal Hospital history. The ghost has been witnessed by at least 20 people. These people have no reason to lie and at the time were probably risking their job and credibility. Ward 5 was built in 1959 to accommodate chronic patients. Ward 5 is located on Ring Road. Currently Ward 5 is still standing, but has had the interior gutted for a number of years. Ward 5 changed its name to Wellington shortly after the paranormal activity to mask its appearance, as it made headlines in a Mercury newspaper on the 7th of November 1991, titled "Hospital Spook Faces Exorcism." Tasmania's Catholic Church will form a type of exorcism on the haunted Royal Derwent Hospital if it is convinced it's a serious matter. The offer came yesterday after a new claim of a ghostly presence in Willow Court Ward 5 by a senior member of staff. It calls for workers and the church to perform a type of exorcism. Mrs. Carol Atkins declared nothing would ever talk her out of what she saw twice. On one occasion, she was being taken to the ward by another senior staff member to where he had seen the ghost. She saw him be pushed against the door and thought he might have collapsed. The colour went from his face, there were tears in his eyes, and he was distressed. The first time she saw the ghost, it appeared as a blue tinge on a cream-coloured wall. It was like a heat haze, she said. I was awestruck. It seemed to come from inside the wall, becoming a grey-white haze topped with a head. Miss Atkinson said she sensed a sad presence. Other staff also claimed the ghost was still there. The Vicar General of the Archdiocese of Hobart, Monsignor Philip Green, said the church performed exorcisms only if it had a strong belief that a person was possessed by the devil. In a case like this, we would give a blessing to that person or the area asking for God's blessing, he said. That would be the normal procedure. Monsignor Green said the request would have to come through the local priest. The administration of the hospital remains sceptical about the ghost, but is concerned because a reputable staff member remain adamant they have seen it. Mr. James of the Australian Skeptic Society last week said an offer of $20,000 remained open to anybody who had conclusive laboratory proof of the ghost. But what caused the haunting and what did it look like? The Ward 5 ghost, known as Winston by some staff members, reportedly appeared in the early 1990s, but the source of the haunting may have appeared a lot earlier, back in the 70s. One theory is that several staff members of Ward 5 were conducting a séance on a night shift when they were interrupted by a night supervisor coming into the ward. They were caught by surprise and didn't finish the séance appropriately, thus opening a door to the other side. This story has been confirmed by the person involved in the séance. Winston is reported to appear as a white tinge similar to a heat haze, topped with a head. Multiple staff members have witnessed Winston following people around the wall and physically attacking male staff members. Terry and Mary explain what happened during the major attacks on a male staff member. Their identities have been changed to protect their privacy. Account 1. Mary was a training auxiliary nurse, or TAM, in RDH. Mary informed me that lots of things happened inside Ward 5. Mary said it was widely accepted that there were ghosts inside Ward 5, and they just accepted the fact and moved on based on their assumption that the ghost was harmless. Mary said it was approximately 1 AM and herself and another staff member, John, were about to do the rounds. They walked down the west wing, and all of a sudden John pushed Mary against the wall. Mary said, "Hey, don't do that," and kept walking. It happened again and again, and Mary said to John, "You're going to hurt me, stop." John stated to Mary that something was making him push her. They finished the round and went back into the nurse's office, and again John pushed Mary against the filing cabinet. John said, "It feels like something's inside me." Mary then noticed what she thinks was a white film behind John, and all of a sudden John dropped to the floor and started thrashing around and holding his throat. After the frightening incident, many of the staff would not work on Ward 5 again. Admin were informed of the incident and stated that if anyone spoke about the ghost and what happened that day, they would get the sack. Several months later, Mary met up with the old staff member who used to work on Ward 5 when the paranormal activity occurred. Mary asked the staff member what he saw, and why he didn't want to go back into Ward 5. The staff member was very reluctant to talk about it, but said he saw a white figure. Terry said that someone from St Matthew's Church in Norfolk came onto the ward and did a cleansing, which seemed to have worked. APRU have been inside Ward 5 on a few occasions, but have been unable to contact the ghost or ghosts that were present inside Ward 5. We would like to study the ward further, but time is running out. Many who witnessed the ghost believe the ghost would have not moved on. Approximately 3 weeks after I filmed the Royal Derwent Ward 5 ghost video, Ward 5 has been almost totally demolished. As you can see, only a small section of Ward 5 still stands. Will the demolition of Ward 5 see the end of the Ward 5 ghost? I guess only time will tell.